and welcome to another video review brought to you by yours truly, Thorazine. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Marvel Universe figure by the way of Thanos from the comic 2-pack that also came with Adam Warlock. Now, as you can see, Thanos is just a simple recolor of the single-carded Thanos. However, the single-carded Thanos also came with the glove, which this version of Thanos does not. However, in the comic 2-pack, Adam Warlock seems to have Thanos' glove. But without delving into fiction too much, let's take a look at these actual figures here. As you can see, the comic 2-pack Thanos is a slightly darker, almost purple color, where the purple or where the blue is on the single-carded version. Also, a bit more gold, whereas the single-carded Thanos is a bit gold, but on the yellowish side. I don't really know how else to describe it. This one is more gold than the other. You'll also notice that this guy does have a different head sculpt. He's grinning on the comic 2-pack, whereas he's kind of menacing on the single-carded version. Comic 2-pack Thanos almost looks happy. All corniness aside, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual figure. I've already pointed out the differences between this version and the single-carded version. So let's take a look at the actual articulation on this figure. As you can see, the feet are hinged, allowing for up and down motion there at the ankle. There's also a swivel point right at the top of the boot, which allows for 360-degree rotation of the lower portion of the leg. The knees are double hinged, but due to the figure's kind of size, you still only get about 90 degrees of articulation out of the knee. There's a swivel point on the thigh just below the hip, which allows for 360-degree rotation of the lower leg. The hip itself is actually ball jointed, but again, due to the figure's massive size compared to the rest of the Marvel Universe line, it is a rather tight squeeze to get the leg to rotate, and as you can see, the ball joint's getting ready to pop out of the leg there, so let's turn that back in. Nothing in the waist, mid-torso, you have that typical kind of rocking point that allows for kind of front and back motion there at the upper body, as well as turning the figure from side to side, allowing for 360-degree rotation in all. The hand is attached with a typical peg and hole assembly, which allows for 360-degree rotation just above the glove line. The shoulder, or the elbow, is single hinged, which allows for a little less, probably closer to 45 degrees of motion there at the elbow. The shoulder has a swivel point both below, which allows for 360-degree rotation, and above the ball hinge, which allows for 360-degree rotation also. The ball hinge itself allows for about 90 degrees of lateral motion there. The head is attached with the ball joint, which allows for slight up and down there. And there's actually, if you look, a small hinge there that the ball joint seems to be attached with, to allow for movement of the head. You also get 360-degree rotation right there at the base of the skull. Now that we've got the articulation out of the way, my final thoughts on this figure. I already had a Thanos. The only real reason I purchased this figure is because it came with Adam Warlock, and I didn't have Adam Warlock yet. I do kind of like the darker purple and the gold a bit better than the blue and the more yellowish gold on the single-carded version. I believe this will be my Thanos of choice for my display. The single-carded version will probably make its way back into a tote. I do wish the colors did match a little bit more. It'd be nice to pop this head off and have interchangeable heads for the comic Thanos, but what do you do?
Absolutely nothing.
Final verdict, do I recommend it? If you don't already have the single carded Thanos, yes, definitely. The comic pack is a great buy. He comes with Adam Warlock also. Even if you do already have a Thanos, Adam Warlock may be worth the purchase itself. I do, like I said, like the coloring better on the comic pack version of Thanos, but don't know if I would recommend buying the comic pack just for the figure. Anyway, those were my thoughts. Thank you for watching, and tune in again when we'll be talking about some more toys.